Okay, go.
Okay, so food storage class number 2. Tonight we're going to talk about food saver machines, or what's the other name for them? I was trying to think about it before I got started, and then I got distracted, so now I didn't come up with that. You know these little things where you can suck the air out of your jars? There's different kinds. You can make them by hand. You can get some that don't use electricity. My husband made this. This can also be used to siphon water, which is really cool. So if you have a well and you need to pull water out, it has the hose attachment that you put on this thing that you get to go on top of your lid. It just goes right inside there on your jar. And it's got a valve down here that allows the air to only go one way. So it sucks the air in from here, and then it pulls it up through the jar. I don't know if I did that backwards, but you got the idea. So you literally just pull this up and down, and the thing that's really nice about it is it doesn't use electricity. It's very inexpensive to make. You can put a pressure gauge on it that is much like this here. See this dial, how it has the numbers? It'll tell you how many pounds of pressure you're actually creating when you're drawing the air out. And so it does create a vacuum in your jars. This one is really nice because you only have to pump it like 3, 4, 5 times. So if you're looking for something that doesn't make your arm really tired, then that's really nice, and it's fast. Also doesn't use electricity. The other option that doesn't use electricity is this little gizmo. It's called a brake bleeder. And my husband also made this one. He went and got one of these from a car place where they have parts for cars. And you just squeeze it, and it draws the air out of the jar. It came with this clear tube, and then my husband kind of jimmy-rigged it so that it would fit down to the smaller size of the tube that came with my food saver lid attachment. So you just put that on there, kind of like so, and you just pump it until it says 20 pounds of pressure. Some people can do 15, and that's probably fine, but I like to go up to 20. So when you are doing your food storage with dry ingredients in jars, you're going to want to make sure that you get a good seal. And you're going to get a good seal if you have at least 15 to 20 pounds of pressure. So that's why I really like this brake bleeder, because it has the pressure gauge on it. Your other option is to get the kind that use electricity. This one I got at a thrift store for like $5. This one I paid when it was on sale at Walmart or something for $60, I think it was, and that was one of the less expensive ones. They both kind of have some problems. This one that I bought at the store, for some reason, has been slightly inconsistent, and I can only get it to work with the wide mouth lids. I don't know why. It's supposed to work with both. It has this attachment that goes in that only works for this machine. As you can see with this other one that I got from the thrift store, if you open it up inside here, it has a little hole, and that's where I attached this to. My husband got this, at the, what do you call it? One of those stores where you buy stuff that helps you fix stuff, like Home Depot or something.
Or Lowe's.
A thingamajigger store.
Yeah, so he just got the right size tubing and put a little black tape around there so that it would fit tightly, and he just put it inside that hole. So when you buy one at a thrift store, you have to remember to look for whether or not it has that hole. The newer versions have the little hole on the top of the machine. It's called accessory port. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. The accessory port on the newer machines is on top, but depending on the brand that you find that's ancient, from a thrift store, you might need to go hunting. And in this particular one, I'll hold it up, it has these things that open up that you can use for your food saver bag. or Mylar bags, but the hole is actually down here inside. So that's something to look for. So we talked about different types of machines you can use to pressurize your jars and to pull out the air. Of course, you can also use the oxygen absorbers, but tonight we're not talking about those. That was the last week's lesson. All right, so the other thing I want to talk about is how to open your jars properly. The idea behind using a jar like this, a mason jar, is because it has lots of purposes. When you take the lid off and you cook your food and you get it out of there, you can reuse this jar to restore anything. Not only that, but you can can food in it again. You can do wet canning and cook it in a boiling bath, and reuse this lid at least the one time because we know that this lid is good right now. But when you're doing dry pack canning with this, because it has dry ingredients, you can reuse this lid over and over and over and over. So you don't want to damage it. I have some things here. We have can opener, we have a large spoon, we have a butter knife, and a small spoon. I've heard of a lot of people using any of these different tools to help them open this little lid. I've already taken off the ring, and we're trying to get this off without damaging it. Sometimes I use my fingers, and I'm going to show you another way. So, anyway, my daughter's getting irritated. Hey, you're distracting us. Will you stop? Okay. So, I don't have a lot of people here tonight. Otherwise, I'd say, hey, which one do you think works best? And, of course, they already know the answer because they were here early. I'll just tell you, never use a can opener on your mason jar lid. It will damage them. It will bend and kink and crack the metal. You don't want to do that because you want to be able to reuse this. All right, I'm going to let you watch what happens when I use the spoon. What you're doing is you're just kind of moving it through the thread. I'm not going to talk to you, Laura. You need to go right now. You're upsetting me a lot. Get out. Okay, what you're going to do is just slide it through the threads, like I was saying. And a lot of times you can just crank it, but for some reason I can't get it to work. Just kind of, you know, this motion, and it's not, oh, I did it. Sometimes you get lucky. All right, you got lucky on that one. Usually the spoons are difficult. Depending on the width of your butter knife, you might be able to use the back end of the butter knife. I've seen people where they literally just slide it through, and as it makes contact, it just lifts right off. But mine just does nothing. So I come through and I do a little crank. I can't get it to catch. I don't know what the best way is to show you what I'm doing. See, it's not catching right here. So that's a no good. This small spoon, it's not catching either. I mean, if I turned it and I tried to find a piece of the lid that was sticking out, I don't even know why people say to do this, because I've not had very much success with it. And that's why I'm having this class, because you learn little tricks.
There's only one person here.
All right. So, this is what I'm going to show you. Start over. I want to open my jar. This is macaroni and cheese. I'm really hungry, but I can't get the lid open. Oh, well, you could use brute force. Ready? Use your thumb. Press them up against the lid. Push really hard. It might hurt a little, but it's fine. There we go. Okay.
Yay!
So, you can do that. You really can. But I'm going to show you one other way. Some people might find it difficult, depending on if they have arthritis, doing this method with your hands. It does make little lines in your skin that are sometimes a little sore for a minute or two. If you do that enough times, you'll probably start getting either really nice calluses or actually cutting your fingers. So that's okay a few times, but I wouldn't suggest doing it all the time. All right, last method. Take your ring off and use the ring. when I learned this, like just a few weeks ago, even though I've been studying research stuff for a long time, I was amazed. So you can do the little cranking motion like I was telling you. A lot of times that works very nicely. That one didn't seem to be sealed all that well. And I think it's because this lid, oops, straighten it. Yeah. I think it's because this lid has some powder.
How do you?
Just straighten it. Lean it back more. There you go. Sorry. Hold on. Lean it back.
Oh.
Okay. This lid has some powders in it, so it's not sealing very well. Remember to have clean lids before you seal them. What, Veronica?
Can I try?
Okay, well, we're going to have to reseal them, and then, yes. I forgot I was going to have her help. You're going to watch the sealing in action. You have to take your rings off before you seal, obviously, and get the right size attachment, set it on top, and I will do this. See, look, I'm really strong. Ready? How many pumps?
20.
Count, Veronica.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23.
Okay, I'm going to switch hands. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49.
50.
Okay, it's all the way up to 20. I don't know if you can see it or not.
No. Well, yeah, kind of.
Doesn't really matter.
No.
It's all the way up to 20. Okay, this one should be done. I'm not in pain. That wasn't that bad. Yes, it was 50 pumps, but it really wasn't that bad. If anything, you'll get a little stronger. Release the pressure by pulling out the little plug. Carefully take off your little attachment, and it is sealed. The lid's not popping back up, and it's holding. Okay, so come over here, Veronica, and we'll have you use the rim. You're using this edge here, the bottom edge. Okay. You can either get down and do it while it's on the table. Okay, see if you can do it. Kind of put it here in the little... right here? Yep. Get a good grip with it on your hand. You might need to hold it, yeah, more like a fist, kind of a... Oh, you're down too far. Right between the glass and the lid. Now twist, like crank it.
Lovely.
It's all right. It's hard. You're going to crank it this way. Actually turn your hand like you're turning a faucet.
Oh, wait.
Okay, hold on. It might be tricky for some people. Okay, hold on. Put it down for a second. Yeah, you're going to get a nice grip on it with your fist like this. Start to the left so that you have a place to turn. Okay? Like so watch, I won't do it. Start with your hands, you know, kind of like this, and then you actually lift your thumb up. See how your hand is moving upward? Okay,
Okay, my hand right here,
mm-hmm.
and then hold this like that, I think.
Put it just a little bit more at an angle. Okay, now twist like you're turning a faucet.
Jeez. This is not rocket science.
You're just sliding it to the right. You need to actually crank it.
Oh.
You really don't have to apply a lot of pressure. Sometimes it helps if you come to the end of the thread because there's a smaller space right there. Let's see if I can do it. When you crank, you're actually going to be pressing against this little glass thread.
Okay.
You should feel it stop and catch. And at that point, you have to apply pressure upward. Come on. Almost got it. There we go. Sorry, I made a mess. Ha! I made a mess. We got it open. All right. You know what? If you didn't have a can opener, if you didn't have a knife, if you didn't have fingers, if you didn't have a spoon, and you just were really hungry, just use the lid. It might take a little practice. You can practice it at home. I personally think it's great.
Should I leave the lid?
Yeah, sure, just throw them away. All right, I'm going to look at my notes and see if there's anything else. Do you have any questions? You'll have to comment below. Okay, I'm going to put this on Facebook. So, to get your best seal on your jars, you have to have 15 to 20 pounds pressure. Don't use a can opener on your lid. Use a nice little gauge to help you out. And take your jar lids off the right way and practice so you know how. That's it.
How do I stop it? How do I?
So anyway, thanks for coming and watching my video, everybody. I hope it helps you.
Okay, how do I
Talk
stop?
to you later. Bye.
How do I?
Just press the button on the top.
This one?